Hello everyone. So today I have for you guys a quick walk around of something different than a Volvo. This is one of Mazda's newest products, the 2023 CX-50. This specific one that we're going to be taking a look at today is the 2.5S Premium Plus in the jet black mica paint. So this is the highest trim that you can get on the new CX-50 with the non-turbo 2.5 liter engine. So I wanted to show you guys this vehicle. We've been able to spend some time with it over the last couple of days, get some driving impressions on it, and I'll let you know what we think. So at a glance, I really do like the styling of this. It definitely has more of a chunkier, boxier look than the CX-5. You do have these big fender flares here on the side, or arches, and these really nice looking 20-inch wheels. They are, what are they? Looks like Goodyears of some sort on the vehicle. Sorry, I'm looking for the tire size. They are 245/45/20s. They look great. I think they really work well with the size of this vehicle. I do believe you can get 18 or 19-inch wheels that are standard, but these are on the Premium Plus trim. Coming around to the back, you do see that this has a little bit wider of a stance than a CX-5, for example. It is a little bit wider than a CX-5, and you definitely notice that in the interior space. So this one, again, CX-50 with all-wheel drive and Skyactiv motor. If this did have a turbo, I believe we would see a turbo badge on this side, but I've not seen one yet for comparison. So let's take a look on inside. So one thing that Mazda is doing really well right now is their interiors, and this car is no exception. This being the top trim of the non-turbo, you do have the leather interior with this nice orange contrast stitching on all of the seats. The front seats are both heated and ventilated, which is a fantastic option to have. And then the driver's seat is full power with lumbar, and I do believe that the passenger seat is power as well, but I do not believe it has lumbar. I'll have to double check. But let's come on into the vehicle. So again, really big fan of Mazda interiors. I really like the look of the steering wheel and the feel. You have all of your steering wheel controls at easy reach, and they're also easy to decipher and understand what you're going to be using. They're not overwhelming like some steering wheels that are just crowded with so many buttons. You do have most of your audio and phone controls on this side, and then you have your cruise control as well as distance and speed on this side. So to start it up, we do have the keys in the center console. Put your foot on the brake and tap the start-stop button right here. So that is the signature Mazda chime, seatbelt chime that comes on when you start the vehicle. As I mentioned, this is the 2.5S with the Premium Plus package, so the top trim of the non-turbo. So this does get you the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine that Mazda does put in most of their vehicles. I do believe, let me double check here, we have 187 horsepower and 186 pound-feet of torque, which is fine for most people. I actually have the window sticker right here to show you guys. So also gas mileage is pretty decent, 24 in the city, 30 on the highway, which is more than reasonable. Currently this is averaging about 25, but that is with more city driving. One thing to note, and this is shown here on the window sticker, as this is actually built in the US. The final assembly point for this car is in Madison, Alabama. And if my memory serves me correctly, this plant is actually a joint venture between Toyota and Mazda, and the Toyota Corolla Cross is also going to be built there. Yet, I do not believe the vehicles share anything or much in common. They just do happen to come out of the same factory. So if you guys want, feel free to take a look at all of the features on this model. Couple of things to note, again, heated and ventilated front seats here, as you can see. And then this does have the dual moonroof up top, which is really nice. One small criticism is it does not open that far. I'm sure the Mazda has their reasoning. I do wish it just went a little bit further, and perhaps I'm not using it in the best way. But nice to have, makes the cabin feel very open and airy, and letting some more light in. Other add-ons that you get in the Premium Plus, Of course, you do have Mazda's full safety suite of adaptive cruise control with stop and go, blind spot warning, cross traffic alert, the active driving display, aka heads up display. I don't know if you all can see that there. And then this does also come with those 20-inch wheels and auto power folding side mirrors. So if we hit the button here, these should fold in, which is really nice for parking in tight situations. Move that back out here. You also do get the Bose stereo, which I would say is adequate. It's not quite up as good as maybe a Harman Kardon system, but it's definitely nice to have a up-level branded audio system in this car. Down here, you do have Mazda's 6-speed automatic that they use in pretty much all of their vehicles outside of a Miata or a 3 that come with a 6-speed manual. It works well enough. It's not a CVT, so that's a plus. You have your electronic parking brake as well as your controller for the Mazda infotainment system up here, which I think does work quite well and looks nice. I do have to get a little more used to using a dial and knob system down here, as I am used to the touchscreen in the Volvos, but I think it does work well. And this vehicle also has wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay, which is a huge plus. Don't need any cords to connect your phone to connect to the vehicle here. So big fan of that. What we'll do next is let's hop into the back seat, because I think this vehicle has a very, very reasonable size back seat. If you're looking at something like a CX-30, the CX-30 might have a little bit snug of a rear seat if you're trying to fit kids or a dog in the back seat. So I think this is a really great option. You have a lot of room, and I think you do sit up a little bit higher than the front seats, which gives you better view out of the car. Power window switches back here. You also do have air vents, which is great for the rear passengers, so everyone gets can control their climate to a degree. And you have 2 USB-C chargers. You also do have 2 USB-A chargers in here that I did not show. Apologies for that. But lots of ways to keep connected. You do not have pockets on the driver's side, but you do have them on the passenger side back here. And you have fold-down armrest with the cup holders in here. If you do get the turbo model in the Premium Plus package, you would also get heated rear seats back here. I would imagine the buttons would be somewhere here, or they could potentially be here. I know in the CX-5, this is where they put them. But you have a great amount of space. I mean, I'm only 5'9". I'm definitely not a tall person, but I have more than enough room back here. It's definitely more of a welcoming space than a CX-30 or a 3, which this is based on. You have more headroom. I've not been in a CX-5 recently to compare, but I am a fan of the back seat space. So lastly, let's check out the trunk. So this is a power tailgate here. Tap this to open. It opens at a reasonably quick pace. So a good amount of space here in the back. You do have some space off to the side to store things. You also do get a Mazda roadside assistance kit that includes first aid, as well as some, what was the other thing that comes in it? Oh, I think there's also gloves if you want to change a tire as well. So let's close that up here. Sorry, we have some background noise here that distracted me. But overall, I think this is a great package. The only thing that I dislike about this specific model is I would want a color other than black. However, that can be fixed. I think I'd actually go for the ingot blue that looks fantastic. I do wish that this specific model had the turbo. I certainly do like having more power and torque, and I think you get over 320 pound-feet of torque out of that turbo, which is a lot in this car and really scoot it. But this non-turbo is fine for probably 70 to 80% of our most people out there. But overall, this is a great vehicle. Looking forward to seeing them on the roads. They really have great presence. So I hope you guys get a chance to check these out. And thanks for watching.